Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Now, last episode, it was a while ago, but I think we're on class trial 3 now, and Angie and Tenko died, which was a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, we're doing a class trial. So this is going to be a long episode. Hopefully my fucking headset doesn't die, because it's on like half or like almost below half battery right now. But it should be able to get through it. Oh, god damn it, my chair is all the way fucking... Yeah. Alright. Yeah, we get it, we get it. Let's start this fucking trial. Okay, let's continue. In an attempt to resurrect the dead, Angie is killed. What am my difficulty? Okay. Let's go. Let's go! Class trial in session. In session.
Ahem. Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class during
We know how it works, bro.
Also,
We know how it works.
now,
We know.
smile.
We
Sorry,
know.
everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time.
Oh yeah, bro didn't investigate because he was afraid of a ghost or some bullshit.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
Okay.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it? Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Oh my god.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
I don't think they actually...
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Okay.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No!
So, ritual did work?
Oh, god damn it.
Who was resurrected?
How do I shoot? I forgot. It's been a while since I've done a fucking class trial.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No!
So, ritual did work?
Yes.
That's wrong!
That's wrong.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necromicon to acid. Be careful of carbon monoxide. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Bro's dead.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
You got something to say, little bro?
Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy. As long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Sure, little bro.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Oh? So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who? Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Oh.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, Creepshow. I already know what happened.
How could have bro went under the floorboards though? Because there was that whole thing about the floorboards.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not
Shoot.
care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom.
That's wrong! That's wrong! That's wrong!
No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
It's probably not going to be any one of those, knowing how these trials go.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Whatevs. The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well,
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the
Oh, it's my
culprit
cursor.
either. Jeez.
Gonta
I'm not the
no.
culprit.
Not the culprit.
Oh my god, here we go with a fucking non-stop debate or whatever the fuck.
We must
Gonta
consider
is a
other
gentleman.
possibilities. Surely there must be suspects
Gentlemen,
outside the
not
student
betray
council.
student council.
that's
Anyone
utterly
have a plan
impossible.
For last night?
A dead chick
Not just
can't be
anyone
the
can open
culprit.
that door.
Friends.
Why?
Only student council members.
I heard it!
I heard it. He heard it.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi?
Bro,
Unless
Locke
you're a
picked
student
it.
council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Oh, yep, bro picked the lock. Kokichi pulled up some thin needles and stuck them to the keyhole to the lock. Click, click. Clack. Open sesame.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Really, bro?
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's not.
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit, how did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method?
Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The door of the culprit. It had to be the back door, right?
That's it!
Yep.
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
Certain tool. Was it the katana? The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding from the outside was... Mind. It was the katana.
I see it!
Yep.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
He's referring to Makoto's case from the first game or some shit.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
A different purpose. What purpose could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. Psyche taxi, oh my god. Get out of the way, bro. Damn, bro. New GTA 6 looks kind of bro. It's kind of neat. I'm sorry. I'm sure that joke was not funny at all. Who turned the handle of the sliding lock? Dinking time. Effigy's hand, katana's hilt. It was the hilt, right? Bad. Bad. Who done turned the katana? Who done did it? I fucking missed the letter. What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Obviously was stabbed into the effigy, right? Boo! Or does that say good? I thought it said boo. Good! Ah. No! I need them letters. How is the effigy manipulated to make the katana fit the lock? Dinking time. Dinking time. It had to be spinning it, right? Good.
It connects. That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
Aha! I knew that had to be the case.
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
Oh yeah, it'd be harder.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Okay, I'll start right now.
Oh, whoa, little bro.
All right, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
Does she like that, or is that like not? I don't know.
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
Yep.
Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Wait,
Silence, outsider.
he's a
Only the
suspect even
suspect
though he's not
rangers
the
are allowed
culprit.
to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie's?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Damn. Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything
Says
you said
you.
is total BS.
Says you.
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
Damn.
But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Yeah. Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. All right. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is Death Curse. I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaito.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's stab in the back of the neck. It's the exact fucking same way that Angie died. So maybe they are the same. You're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. That was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
The people who attended the seance. It was... Yeah, it was the first one.
That's it!
Yeah, it was us.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those 4 are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Damn,
Well, that's
bro.
probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room is always the best for the stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Yeah, the floor and the ground. It must be the floor. Or the hole. Wait, what? How did the culprit get in from the outside? It's that.
There!
The hole. I thought I was pointing to it, but it wasn't.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Oh, really?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance!
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
Goddamn, bro just fucking turned on his flashbang mode.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
See if they were under the floor.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, had a light.
What?
I was wrong!
Oh, did I not choose the right
The
bullet?
culprit sneaked in during the seance
I thought oh
by
goddamn.
crawling under the floor.
Floor.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, villain had a light.
That's wrong!
That's wrong.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been
Bro's
difficult to move
flashbanging
around
everyone
under
at
the
the
floor
trial.
in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Her
Wait, that
corpse
does
didn't
sound
have
familiar.
any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was like
So then
with
why
Sayaka's
was
case
that
back in the
floorboard
first game.
loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the
Yes.
culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead
Inquiry.
of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
How?
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Exactly. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
It probably was when the noise occurred.
So she
during
was
that.
killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains! When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was
Oh my god!
Ooh, like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
so fast no one saw?
Oh
What-
my!
What is she?
So
Oh
who
my
lifted
God.
the cage?
Who's the culprit?
There's no down! When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Omen cage was lifted.
That's wrong!
That's wrong. That's wrong. I thought I broke the. I thought I shot the white noise, but apparently not.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Oh my God, Mew. What is it with you?
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Golden brain more like your fucking stone brain. What the fuck is up with you?
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stepped the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
Ah, get it!
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo!
There has to be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. Yeah, what was the truth bullet that appeared?
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage,
Hold on. Ah,
it'd be
God damn
long
it.
enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
Allow me to cut through those words. I miss when Hajime said that.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
Ah! How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not
We don't know that.
Oh, I
Some
didn't
things
think
are
about that.
impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that! Screw spirits!
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible! Spirits can't be culprits!
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
wait! I know! What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No.
Or what do they
If
shrink
there
down
was
to a
someone else in
fucking
the
ant?
cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
What are they fucking Ant-Man? Did they shrink down and fucking do it? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to, I don't know. Who is it? Is it Kokichi? Or was it Tenko?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
Yup, yep.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
Schluishmine.
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
She moved the floorboard and then, I don't know.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, okay.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Miko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Maki.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe!
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the Cenis. Cenis, whatever the fuck that word is. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Bro, is my fucking up? Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that if we keep thinking we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face, Uki.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Why isn't my thing freezing? Bro, I was holding
So
RB,
far,
which is the
suicide
button to
to me
freeze
should
it.
be the best explanation.
Her plan was
to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions. But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it. Finally, with the last
Of her
I'll reveal the truth.
I'll reveal the truth.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
instantly.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Makai.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, The theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened in the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Damn, bro. There's a lot of non-stop debates in this trial.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
I agree!
I agree. I agree.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something at the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other things happening in the dark. That'd be the loose floorboard, right?
This is it! I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then. Let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now. So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one on the floor.
Someone must have stomped the floorboard.
I agree. Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, we'll need to think carefully about the cross piece in the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and then the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut, the other two were left intact. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think, come on, think. Oh wait, what? It's not how you're supposed to see? Oh, there's an A down here. There's an F.
I see now. That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Huh? A seesaw?
I see, son.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Fulcrum? Need I say more?
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Fader than O, fader than O, fader than O,
Her
fader
whole
than O.
body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Oh my fucking god. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one piece of this sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle? It couldn't have been underneath, could have been next. So, the top?
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
Aha!
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
That was a loud noise.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos,
Indeed.
Oh shit.
Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
So,
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? I'm the middle room. The middle room's always the best for this stuff.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
It's true that using the middle room was Amiko's idea, but does that mean Amiko really killed Tenko? What would something like that? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. Intermission. Focus on the mission. Whatever Future said in Mask On. What the fuck? He said something about something like that. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Rob the bank. We go rob the bank.
Well now.
Looks like we reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz. A victim quiz? Not a culprit quiz? The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping the entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me! Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodam. He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. And then everyone mourns you and you get tons of popularity.
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes secret details.
All right!
Dying makes you more popular? Then we gotta die soon, too.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Huh? Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person! Gonta can tell by Himiko's face!
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped.
I agree.
I agree. I think he agrees by saying I agree. That shows how much you agree by
It's
saying
just
it.
like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Oh,
I was way
okay.
too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. Haha, what bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please. I'm taking this shit off auto. It's too damn slow.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
All right, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Among Us.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step through the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Isn't because they were all locked?
This is it!
Oh yeah, it was a circle.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Also, it's dark in here. Be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the scenes fail, but it may also unleash a curse. A curse. Fuck, I can't speak.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. If that's the case in the culprit, there's no doubt in my mind. They were the only one who killed Tenko. The only person who had the opportunity and motive. God damn it. It's gotta be him, doesn't it? Who killed Tenko? It's gotta be you, little bro. Right? It's gotta be you.
It has to be you!
Little bro, it has to be you.
Kyo, was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Did you do it? Oh god, bro.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
Yes.
So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard even in the darkness. But how do they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit from the right board. Although even if I put the candle out, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used... touch.
That's it!
That's it!
The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. Anagram? Magic. Where's the fucking C? I did not see an E anywhere in this.
I see now.
I see now.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Oh my god, my fucking wire. Wire.
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
Wow.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes?
Yep.
The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
All you had to do was crawl forward a little bit, bro. That's
You're
it.
talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see another piece of the puzzle. Drawing on the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What is bro?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Bro recorded it.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
All right, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
I knew it. Bro took a
Specifically,
picture.
this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
From your mouth?
I've also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? What the fuck? I don't know. What is the most suspicious part of the magic circle? I don't fucking know. Oh wait, I see it.
There! This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Huh?
Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Bro's not gonna admit it. Look at him.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Your deductions are fiction.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me. If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage.
Ah,
So
get the fuck
suspicion
out of
should
here.
fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the... So simply put, I am not the killer.
I'm sure that Kyo was the culprit. He was in charge of the White Claw.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch... So simply
I didn't mean to cut
put,
that.
I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words!
Allow me to cut through those words.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white
Kyo.
cloth.
You probably drive a Kia, Kyo.
You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Okay, little bro.
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
What you talking about?
You still don't understand?
It's the first murder that has to be found out, right?
I killed Tenko. That is the truth. but it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
Am I pressing the right fucking button?
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense!
Split down the middle.
Like this. The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but he insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Split down the middle. Vote for...
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
We aren't consistent. Our position looks weak. We'll have to work together. We vote now.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Wait, what?
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Not mystery,
He was planning to use the new
Is
rule
it
to protect
Angie?
himself all along.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's...
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened? He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along. Kyo killed Tenko.
Wait, what?
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research...
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along. We solved the mystery of... Kyo
Killed Tenko and
Angie.
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Wait.
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did not black.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
This is our answer.
There we go.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yeah, the outlying piece at Tenko's murder scene.
This is it! The bloodstain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it.
Yep.
But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because... happened before.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. Angie, right?
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Oh my god. Is Kokichi's statement true or...
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted...
I agree.
I agree.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play!
Pretty sure that's
No.
what you're into,
Angie was
Neil.
going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Be cautioned, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her!
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held.
Do you see the camera shaking? I'm like hitting my controller and it does that.
Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance.
Well done.
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
Stab her again. Easy.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. Pour it and drink.
This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What? All clear.
Oh, fuck it, I mean.
What is all clear?
Bro's about to lose his shit. Little bro's gonna go mad.
What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Bro just removed his mask?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
Bro's got lipstick on.
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Does Bro have a split personality like Toko? Is this what's happening?
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all.
It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Oh no! You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words! There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
It's Bro again, isn't it?
It has to be you!
It has to be you.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring...
Oh, my bad.
Killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Probably Angie's. It was Angie's. Order of Angie.
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Damn.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
He only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed two of our friends?
What is it? What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio.
Here bro goes again with his fucking...
Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
Exactly.
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegation. For you see,
Fuck, I keep
there
pressing
is
the
no
button before they
evidence
finish
that
the
I
sentence.
killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Ah, creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed
You're
Angie.
wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Come on, apologize.
All right, we're not listening to you say all that.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon you used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. What the fuck is
I
this?
have nothing to admit.
Oh.
You are simply wrong. I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic, that's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic, that's merely a delusion. Well said. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
What?
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
How did I miss that?
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
I don't know. One more. Fuck, I pressed the wrong
I
one.
told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such...
It was removed floorboard.
You
I
have
just thought
no
of it.
proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Removed floorboard.
It ends here!
What is that?
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Okay, little bro. Okay, little bro.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Shuichi, please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
I will force you to confess, Kyo. Who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? Who was the culprit? What weapon knocked Angie unconscious? The removed floorboard. What was compressing the injury on Angie's head while she was carried tape? What weapon killed Angie? Whose effigy was stabbed? The handle of the spinning katana hit the sliding lock. What weapon killed Angie? When Angie's body was found to unlock the door. What object did Tenko... Why am I doing these out of order? What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage? Sickle place to kill. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? How was the culprit able to move around in the darkness? The fucking... How did the magic circle get erased? And footsteps. When the culprit cut... Alright, let's go back to the beginning. Who's the culprit? What weapon killed Angie? Bro, it was the sword. Kaede's. When Angie's body was found to unlock the door. Kokichi. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? When the culprit approached the cage. When the culprit approached the cage. Remove the gold leaf katana. Wait, when the culprit approached cage... Wait, what? Stomped hard on floorboard. Oh, okay. I thought it was referring to after when they approached. I was like, wait, what? Alright, so this one, what weapon killed Angie? Why did it say removed? I thought it was like something like... Who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room?
This is the truth of the case! Let's look back at the first murder.
Okay.
It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor.
Yep.
The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit.
Wow.
The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
What a dumb fuck, yo.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance.
If you think about it, bro could have just stopped right there and there'd be less evidence.
I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko.
Yo, I can't stop thinking how much of a dumb fuck Kyo is, bro. Doing the second killing left more evidence towards his dumbass. What a fucking moron. What an
small
actual
stone that Himiko
zero
had brought
IQ.
from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage.
Ugh.
The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders. That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Correcchio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
What, little bro?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time coming up!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
It's voting time!
Do I press A? No. Wow, wow,
Now
wow.
then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result. Who'll be chosen as the black?
We already heard it, little bro. My ears, ow, ow, ow. B, minus 200. Retry, perfect. Alright. Get a fucking B. B for fucking bitch.
Wah!
Seriously, you're correct again.
Absolutely
Amazing.
right.
This is the third verdict in a row.
All right.
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round. How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally
No.
over. No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey!
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did it trigger murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me, were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Because we're friends, I'll tell you, I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So it has nothing to do with the motive?
Eh?
Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
Is it your split personality? From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for.
I
What
love
is
her with
this,
all
bro?
my heart. And she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why'd you need to kill both? If you asked, I did it to escape this place. My answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover.
Yeah.
Calm down. No one would want a disgusting shit stuffed bitch like you anyway.
Sploosh!
Whoa, whoa. The what? What the what?
Hey!
Kyo, who is it? Who's this person you love? Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy. I mean inside of me. Yep, I knew it. It's
Sister.
Yep, the one my dearest sister. Bro's from Alabama.
Huh?
Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his sister.
Right?
Well, duh. If you were a sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait!
Your sister, but didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter?
It's not that difficult. My sister is my lover. Bro's from Alabama.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Yeah, okay, bro.
For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right? No, I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Was very sickly. She always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
even if I could be your little brother and her lover, I couldn't be your friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friend should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
For my sister's sake, I've killed many. To send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends. What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Is very happy.
Yes.
Yes, Korikyo, I'm very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
What?
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to
I
save
am
me.
pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl can't even believe the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well, you know.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So wasn't it just the two you killed here?
What was that?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me be out Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
Girls? I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium. Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with our girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Makai and Mew, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends. All worthy.
Why you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then...
And the second victim could have been me? Tenko died in place of me? Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But
how did you... It was obvious to me I should have studied many people. Yes.
Can this be?
She stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Well.
Though I was planning on having you become sister's friend too eventually.
No way!
What? You do all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill for you? For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive.
No.
You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than
For
that,
my beloved sister.
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain, though I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However,
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all that, it would be a shame just to waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that?
You're talking like you kill her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correctio.
You're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I cannot send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korikyo's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister.
But how?
That's wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's
Do
death.
not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Korikyo's side.
Sister.
I love you. Cut it out already.
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well,
Because death is unfair.
yeah. And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think the news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this.
Shut up!
Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah, if I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister.
I think I should go and see her now. My beloved sister. I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correctio.
It's alright, sweet Korekio. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Huh?
Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I finally get to see you
That's
again.
right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others. Wait, I can't accept this.
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological
Why do you think
point
so
of
many
view,
different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
What?
I
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate anthropologist, Korekio Shingyu. What the fuck?
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over
That's
you.
right.
It won't just be me. It won't just be me and Korekio. All those who died will be watching. I'll be waiting to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is
I'll be
beautiful.
watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
It is punishment time. Time for a punishment. Cultural melting pot. Oh, they're gonna melt his ass. What a way to fucking go, bro. Boiled alive in water. What the fuck is bro? Oh god, this better not be. Oh my god. Damn, he's even killing a spirit too? Bro got killed twice. Well, rest in peace. You won't be missed. What?
How gory!
No. Monodam. Why?
How can
What?
this
What the?
be?
To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodam committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right!
Yes, the other Mono Cubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey,
Hey, who's Monodam? Huh? You already forgot? That's kind of scary.
well now.
Well, it looks like another class trial's wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this here Necromorph coin.
Wow, wow,
Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. Shut up. How long are you gonna keep talking about
I
that?
told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's been the two of us this whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the
Of
dead.
course.
The living are precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up, leave me alone. But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta want to protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't want Suichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class
You're
trials.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you going to use that, huh?
Okay,
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh?
that's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. That guy. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Mackay Roll's one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Mackie Roll? Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right, only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. That's right, 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain.
Actually,
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But-
Just 9 of
Well,
us.
you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count, 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right?
How rude!
No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know,
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on God, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
Okay.
Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Hey.
Hold up, Key Boy. Needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it onto the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. Seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her.
You all right?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey.
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh.
No, Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar. Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will, and though if the world was compromised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
Nuh-uh.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Alright. Tenko Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you too. But I gotta survive. I still can't go where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Himiko. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotion she had balled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. Everyone's crying now. The tears we shed, can't even describe it. Though we were crying about what we had been through, and what was to come, sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. After a while, Miko finally calmed down. However...
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. You sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But
maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me.
okay.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. Huh. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead. Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yep, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. Cough. Bro's dying. Oh, fuck.
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Bro's got that tuberculosis. Nine people left. Yeah, I'm gonna save, end it off right here, and then we'll continue chapter 4. Chapter 4 in the next episode. Pretty sure this episode has been pretty long. Trials 45 minutes. That's not as long as most of the other trials. This one was actually shorter. Anyways, later.